Break the bias. We all have bias. We will all stereotype. A lifetime of unconscious preference is naturally hard to fight. No one is immune from bias. It's always there. So common and frequent, and yet it's simply not fair. We form unconscious bias based on education, gender, and even race. And yet we all have a right to live a life without that bias that is so commonplace. Our brains depend on know-how, history, and so many life events. How do we slow down, stop, learn, and really try to reinvent? Today, knowing that bias exists just simply isn't good enough. We now have to take action, no matter how hard and tough. It takes strength and courage to stop gender discrimination. Ignorance and bias will never have a place in our organisation. 98% of our biases are coming from our unconscious state, but you can change your thoughts. I promise you, it's never too late. In a world today, women are still excluded from the decision-making process. It's so wrong and improper, utterly heartbreaking, and leads to so little success. A world that is diverse, equitable, and fully inclusive is one that will thrive, grow, and be more positive. Individually, we're all responsible for our own thoughts and actions. Remember, you can make a difference. You can choose the right reaction. We can break the bias in our communities. We can break the bias in our workplace. And by leading by example, you can make the world a much better place. We socialise the most with people like us, so please break that pattern. You will find a world filled with more diversity and so much more compassion. A female leader needs to be strong, authoritative, know her stuff, hold her ground and speak her mind. And while doing that, she's also supposed to come off as sweet, supportive, nice, gentle and kind. Still too many glass ceilings today remain unbroken. You can stop the bias, take control and be more outspoken. Together we can break the bias and we can make a big difference. We can influence the change and stop all this unwanted ignorance. So I encourage you to be strong and start to challenge that bias and status quo. Go on, you'll be surprised how good it feels when you stand up and give it a go. Break the bias.